Hi, welcome to Intro to Social Work for the fall of 2013. This is your navigation of Blackboard introduction. For those of you who have taken online classes before, then you understand and realize that Blackboard is the focal point of everything that we're going to do in this course. So what I want to do is I want to familiarize you with the buttons that are available here and help you with just general navigation of the course. Of course, each week the first place that you'll land in the course is under announcements. And under announcements, I will send you a weekly announcement about what is due that week and what is due the following week. My office information is available here. I will have conference hours on Thursdays and Fridays, and I'll be adding those conference hours to my schedule as well. I have made some minor adjustments to the syllabus and agenda as far as just some of the timing and stuff. And also you see here on the course information, the required text, you can have either the second or third edition. I know that they're very similar and that the bookstores at both campuses had the third edition, I believe, the first or second or third. So this picture here is of the second edition. So whichever edition you have, just keep in mind that the lectures that I'm going to post are going to be specifically from the second edition, and so you may have to kind of thumb around as far as the first or third edition. Also, the Linda Grobman book, Days in the Lives of Social Workers, is another required text. I have a handout here on APA format, and I'm also going to be doing a introductory video on APA format and posting that in our student association group. Now, the agenda and the syllabus are here as well, and so those we'll go over a little later in this lecture. I do want to make you aware of under the student organization, if you go onto Blackboard and at the top here you click on Sanjak Life, there's a Student Association of Mental Health Services, and if you're not a member of that, if we don't get you in there for some reason, you can email me your G number and I'll add you into that. That's where we're going to have lots of different how-to videos, and that way you can keep up with relevant information going on in the program. We have a rally on the Heal in Austin coming up on September 28th. We have the Spectrum Conference coming up in October. There's lots of activities that you can be involved in if you choose to be, if it makes sense with your schedule. Now, here's the way that you're going to navigate this course. Each week that corresponds with the agenda is laid out exactly what you need to do in the folder. If you look at your agenda has 16 weeks, and if you look on here, you see that we have 16 weeks. Now, if you'll notice that the main topical work that we're going to be doing in this class is going to be during the beginning of the semester. Towards the end of the semester, you should be finalizing your volunteer hours. And so let's talk a little bit about your volunteer hours. At the end of your syllabus, there is a student volunteer log, and the student volunteer log discusses your paper and your presentation. Of course, because this is an online class, your presentation must be submitted by video and it must be uploaded by YouTube. Unfortunately, the WMVs and the other quick files, not everybody has the same browser or the same software to run those, so it is imperative that you upload your video to YouTube. Now, I've talked to several of you by email. You can set your video as private on YouTube and no one will be able to view it, and then as soon as the semester is over you can delete those. That's an imperative part of the course because we do need to be able to go in and see your videos. So this is week one. We're finishing our course introduction. Your only thing that you had to do this week was to review lecture 1 and do your video introduction. And if you go under the week for week number 2. Week number 2, you need to have your be working on your volunteer site. So we have a discussion board here. And what you need to do is you need to post a thread. And if you see how I hover over create thread here, if I choose create thread, that's what you're going to do. And you need to create your thread about your discussion that you're going to add. Really, and I'm going to have some more videos coming up about your potential sites, but really you need to give some discussion and ask for feedback from your classmates about potential sites where you can do your volunteer work. I'm going to have 2 guest video lecturers, Betty Street from the North Channel Coalition, Betty's Haven, and Rodney Redford and Gail Redford from North Channel Assistance Ministries. I'm going to be recording videos with them later this week and posting them over the weekend so you can get an idea of what the introduction is like. Next, you have, and just keep in mind that course content, your weekly folders, has everything that you need for that week there. Sometimes there are links that are broken, but all of the lectures for this class are already in. We'll be doing the first exam in week 5, and your volunteer site where you're going to do your volunteer hours, 40 hours, is due by September 16th. Now, the round table is the discussion board, and that's where you should be posting your video introductions here. Also, if you have any general questions about classroom things, you can ask those in questions for the instructor. Please do not discuss any grades, or please do not post any assignments at all on the discussion board. If you go under that, we have collaborate, and I'm going to be pitting in there, and there's already a wiki. I'm going to be making that available. And this wiki, what we're going to do is we're going to just discuss our volunteer experiences. If you see here, I have on here my volunteer experiences, and a wiki is a way for you to build upon things. And everyone, if you're familiar with wikis, then what you can do is you can build upon each other's experiences and make comments on it and build upon it. So I'd like for y'all, when you get home from a day at the working at the site where you're going to be, if you get home from that day and you know, you feel like that someone touched your life, or you touched someone's life there, then definitely I would like for you to share that on Wiki, and we can build upon each other's experiences there, and that'll add to the Blackboard experience as well. Last, here we have assignments. Now, the assignments are not always linked to the weekly folders. However, if you look on your agenda, you have your first, it's PRJE is what it's called. It's Personal Reflection Journal Entry. Now, these should be done in APA format, and what that means, all that means is you should have a cover page, and when you write about what you've read in the Grobman book, you should have a cover page, a introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Now, this is personal reflection. You must also have a reference page citing the book that you're getting this information from, which is A Day in the Life of Social Workers by Grobman. So make sure that you put that on there and that you use APA format, and I'm going to be putting a introduction to APA formatting on our student site that I just showed you all on Sanjak Live. Now, here you have write a 2 to 3 page paper on the selected chapter. First is chapter 1, and then 53, then 52, and then 15, then 25, and then 2, and then 12, 32, 36, and 37. Also at the bottom of the assignments tab, you have your final paper, which is your paper about your volunteer experiences, and your final hours, which is your 40 hours, which must be scanned, assigned by your supervisor at your volunteer site, and scanned. I do need to have your volunteer sites must be posted on Blackboard for if you have questions about if your site is an approved site or if it's an appropriate site, you need to email me those questions. We have some other tools here and blogs here if you choose to use them. And then if you're having an issue finding a site, I have a link here at the bottom called United Way Houston. Now, United Way is a place for you to find places to volunteer. So if you go on here and you look for different places to volunteer, who we help, you can put it on there, and then 211 is the helpline, and then also you can watch videos here and see different types of things. So definitely, if you have issues, if you get stuck trying to find a place to volunteer, please give me a call. There are places all over the Houston, north and southeast areas, as well as some of you who are in San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas. So this is going to conclude our introduction to the Blackboard site, and I will be available. My office extension is 7848. Please call if you have any questions.